Hey everyone, it's Brian Porter. Welcome back to our Tone Tips video series. Now it's been a little while since I did a Tone Tips video, and I thought I would talk about all sorts of tools in one from our friends over at Music Nomad. Now I'm a sucker for cool guitar tools. I'm a sucker for anything that helps speed up the process or lets things get done in a new way, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Now we've got some new and innovative type things. We've got some variations of stuff that has been on the market before, and actually variations of stuff that we've done a Tone Tips video on. I'm going to talk about these 4 tools specifically from Music Nomad. Let's jump into what each of them are and a little bit of how I use them, and this is just kind of a quick introduction to some very cool stuff from our friends at Music Nomad. Alright, as you can see, we are over here at the workbench. We are using a Music Nomad instrument repair mat. We just got also their truss rod adjustment kit, which has all sorts of different wrenches and sizes for various truss rods. Always using that. We're always using their neck cradle cube, which is nice for setting different guitar necks in different orientations up on the bench as well. So let's dive into the first tool. One of the best tools I have used in a long time. This is the Fret Shield. This is a specific to 25.5 scale length. Your scale length is going to be indicated down here on the top side there. And we'll try not to get the reflection on the camera too much. These little slots here to accept the rubber bands that come with it. That allows this Fret Shield to hold onto your fretboard. Again, this is perfectly sized to your scale length, so you can put this on like a Fender Strat or a Tele neck. All of our guitars are 25.5, so you can put that on that as well. Put it down, you can do all your fretwork, you can do all of your leveling, most of your crowning, polishing, all that stuff without taping the fretboard, without taking all the time to put all the fretboard tape, pull it off. Everything is nice and clean, not getting marred up and damaged. If you slip a file, you're hitting the shield instead of your tape that's on the fretboard, and sometimes it can get gouged. So love that tool very much. Up next we have their 3-in-1 straight edge. This one, as you can see, has little shorter segments of different various straight edges. There's a kind of a medium and a full length one. This can be used to read the fretboard. It can be used to do a bunch of measuring. You have all sorts of measuring options on either side here. It has both metric and standard measurements on here. You can see down here in this portion there's a bunch of little lines. That is a scale length indicator, so you can use this to indicate where your bridge might need to be, not only for intonation, but for setting up a new bridge or building a parts caster. This end will get put on the 12th fret, and then that will locate exactly where your bridge needs to be based on the appropriate scale lengths. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of different scale lengths that are all pretty close together, but that really makes a big difference when you're trying to intonate and lay out something. You can use this on an existing guitar to line everything up. And I love that these different straight edges, kind of a triangle shaped beam here, so these different straight edges can be used for different pieces and parts of the guitar, and having the handy ruler on there is also very good. And a very small thing I love about a lot of these tools is they do have pegboard hooks, so it's nice to be able to hang them up in your workshop area if you don't have a drawer or something else to put them in. Up next we have the 3-in-1 notch straight edge. This one also has a straight beam. You can use that to check leveling surfaces on. We do that on the fretboard. Make sure the fretboard is flat before putting in the frets. But this also has the notch straight edge. If you've probably seen our other video about the notch straight edge, this is kind of a one-up of the other one. That first notch straight edge is a double-sided one. This one has, each edge has its own scale length. So this is for, you can see like the Fender type scale length here. This one is going to be for your Gibson or PRS, so just a little bit wider notches to accommodate either of those scale lengths. Why you'd want to consider buying one of these is to make sure that you're reading your fretboard. So when you place this on your fretboard, make sure you're reading what your fretboard is actually saying, whether it's straight or not. If you put this on the fretboard, you can see relief in the middle. That means there is some relief there. You can adjust your truss rod according to this. If you're leveling your frets, you can make sure your fretboard is flat using this tool, depending on your scale length. This is one of the best tools out there, and I love what they did as a modernized version to not only have a regular straight edge, but then to have the different scale lengths all in one tool, which is awesome. The only downside maybe would be if you lose this one tool, you're kind of losing 3 tools, but think positively. Hopefully we don't lose that tool. And last up, we have their leveling beam. This comes in two different lengths. I've got the longer beam here that will cover quite a bit of the fretboard. If I'm doing fret leveling, you can see it comes with some sandpaper strips. I've got 400 grit on there right now, and that will be once I've got the neck supported, once I've got the fretboard leveled with that other not straight edge that you saw before. This will allow me to take this beam and level my frets after I've marked the tops. Now I'm going to use all three of those tools, probably all four of those tools I just showed you for the average fret level, because I want to make sure with the first tool that my fretboard is straight. So if I'm on my Fender, you can see the notches for all the frets here. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to use the truss rod to make sure the fretboard itself is straight. Then I'm going to put on the fret shield here. I'm going to strap it down with the rubber bands. I'm going to mark all of the fret tops. Now I don't want to mark them until I put this down because I don't want to get Sharpie onto the fretboard surface or on the side or something else. Put this on, get all the frets marked, and then go to the leveling here. So you can see that. I'll move this up just a little bit more so you can kind of see the general idea. Back the camera out just a hair. So once this is on the neck, we know the neck is straight with the not straight edge, then I can go through and let the weight of the beam level the fret tops. If it's a major job, it'll take a while to level it this way. Hopefully it's not too much of a job, and you could use a smaller beam to kind of spot level a couple sections. We'll go through some practical ways to do that, some real examples of that in the future, but I just wanted to jump on here and just show you some of these very cool tools. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of really great tools, a lot of what I enjoy about what Music Nomad is doing. And again, I'm not getting paid for this video or anything like that. I just like when people take something and kind of make a new innovation or a better way of doing things that have been done one way for so long. And this is making guitar setups, it's making fretwork, it's making all sorts of parts of building guitars so much easier for us, and so much better to just get a customer in and out the door that may be coming by the shop. So highly recommend these tools. They will probably be available on our website at some point, as we are a dealer of Music Nomad. So if you need anything, contact us at info@PorterPickups.com. And now we have been using all of these tools mentioned in this video, as well as their nut files, their polish, fretboard oil, all sorts of stuff. So a big fan of their products, really respect them as a company for someone that is willing to push the limits a little bit more. So if you haven't checked out the Nomad stuff, if you're curious about it, I like the value and innovation and price point as well. They are definitely a lot cheaper than other guitar tools that are out there on the market. They do the job really well, and someone who is behind the company in different phases of creating these projects obviously knows some gaps that need to be filled, and they keep creating these new products that fill those gaps really well. So again, thank you so much for watching our Tone Tips videos. We have more videos on our Tone Tip series on our YouTube channel as well. If you're finding this on YouTube, you'll see those back in the how-to and tech videos tab and category. You can watch more of those. We've got everything from taking off a pickup cover to adjusting pickup heights to kind of more technical guitar repair and guitar building type content. So check that out.